Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. So this is going to be a general reading for Libra, and I am sorry, I apologize for the lateness, but here we are. All right. So again, I hope everyone is doing well, and since it is a general reading, it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you if it does, and if it doesn't resonate, don't force it. Always check out your other placements, for instance, what your sun, rising, and moon signs are. And if you don't know, and even if you don't have your own, oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? Even if you don't know your exact birth time, you can still get a free birth chart online just by Googling it to find out your other placements. For instance, what's your sun, moon, and rising signs, okay? The other thing I was going to say too was that this reading may resonate for you. Can't talk today, I need more coffee, I guess. It may resonate for you even if you are not a Libra sun, moon, or rising, okay? Since we all have 12 zodiac signs, all of the 12 zodiac signs spread throughout our birth chart, okay? So you might find something here and hopefully something resonates for you. So we're going to get into your reading here, Libra, in just a second. I did want to tell everyone that if you are new, first of all, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back as well. Both are equally important. But I do take one photo at the end of all the cards here today in case you want to look at it later more up close in detail. So after this live, I will post it. So if you want to check it out, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there on how to see the photo. Sorry, guys, I'm going to take this off. It's hot, hotter than I realized. So yeah, you have a pretty good reading we're going to get into here in just a moment here, Libra. I did want to say that before we do our little sound bell here and get all into it, is that this reading is also timeless, right? So for some people, it could resonate in different times, right? It could resonate 6 months in the past as an example, or 6 months in the future, a year in the past, a year in the future, okay? So always keep that in mind. But I think that's pretty much it as far as that. So just be aware when I do this sound bell, it does get a little loud, okay? In case you're watching for headphones or you're just sensitive to that kind of thing. All right, so this is for some general healing and grounding for myself and for you guys. Just getting the dog hair out, or cat hair too. And so if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out, or you can just listen as well. All right. All right, Libra. Hopefully that wasn't too bad or too loud for you. I'll just put this over here and then we'll get into it. My sweater over here too. So we're going to go ahead and call out your cards here and go in order. We're going to start in the center like I normally do with the first main 6 cards. So we're going to go back a little bit to last week since this reading is a little late, right? But like I said, time is fluid and relative. So you may still find something of relevance. Something might still resonate for you, okay? Let me get some more coffee and hold on. All right. There we go. So let's get into it here. So we are working with 2 different decks here, and then at the very end, I also have 2 little oracle cards for you as well. And so we'll go ahead and call them out. So what you have here, Libra, is you have the Wheel of Fortune in the right side up position. You have the Six of Staves, right side up, also known as Six of Wands. You have the Queen of Staves, also known as Queen of Wands, right side up. You have the Sun in the right side up position. You have the Hanged One, known as the Hanged Man, in the right side up position. And you have the Eight of Staves, known as Eight of Wands, in the right side up position. All right. So, right off the bat here, Libra, I would say that you do have a fair amount of change coming up, right? Because you have four major arcanas: one, two, three, four. Yeah. So, again, it will resonate as far as timelines differently for everybody, but that does speak of some definite change coming up. So, I also want to call out the zodiac signs that I see here as far as the major arcanas before we get too deep into your reading. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you have Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. What is it? Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. Okay. So you could be dealing with some of those signs, or you have a lot of those signs predominantly in your chart, or they do, or it means nothing to you at all. Okay. You also have Leo here again in the Sun card. So that's 2 times Leo's mentioned. You also have Gemini energy, and you also have a little bit of, I would say, Sagittarius, Aquarius twice again. So what was that? We'll just list them out real quick. Scorpio, Aquarius twice, Leo twice, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Taurus. Okay, so those are the signs I see as far as the majors. So again, it could mean something to you, or maybe it means nothing at all. All right, so going ahead with the rest of your reading here, Libra, you start off really nicely in this first row here, and this is last week, depending on when you're watching the reading, right? So this would have been starting around January 3rd. Again, it's not exactly a little bit before, a little bit after. And when we talk about it being a little bit before, a little bit after, it could be picking up energies from the recent past as well. And what is the recent past? It could be a couple of days ago, weeks, hours, minutes, months, years, etc. Okay, but you start off with this beautiful energy of the Wheel of Fortune, right? And so this is all about luck being on your side, forward momentum, positive energy, the changing of seasons, changing of time, right? And now luck being more on your side. Okay. And if you're watching this, Libra, and you're saying, as we go through the reading, that it's not you, it could be about the person that you're dealing with, or multiple people that you're dealing with, or your general environment situation, or you just don't resonate at. So check out the other videos on my channel as well for your other placements. Sorry, guys, my eyes are really itchy today. Okay. Now, going forward here, Libra, we have some really nice energy, more maybe towards the middle of last week, let's say. Again, not exact, with the Six of Staves in the right side up position. So this is all about the celebratory energy. If it's not about celebrations or celebratory energy, could also be more about having a lot of support around you, whatever your support system may be, whether it's friends, family, mental health care worker, or all of those, or whatever you lean on in hard times, right? You could have been feeling more of that support in the middle of last week here with the Six of Staves, known as Six of Wands, in the right side up position. All right, so this is a really nice energy again for momentum. You see this guy here in the center, and he's on his chariot, and he's being pulled by these 2 horses. Excuse me, it looks like they're in Egypt, right? And so all these Egyptian people are around him and they're cheering him on. Okay, and so it could be some kind of game or competition here, but that's that celebratory celebrations energy. All right. And so, this last week that we were talking about, the first week of January, it could have been that luck was more on your side. You had this forward momentum, and you had a lot of support around you. And so both of these first 2 cards are about just, charging ahead, right? Let me just turn that down a little bit. I keep music on for the dogs and just a little bit. So hopefully it doesn't bother you, but sometimes it has commercials. All right. So going forward here, though, I would say all of the cards in your first row here of last week, your first three cards are really positive, because the next card that you have here is the Queen of Staves in the right side up position. So here you see this Egyptian woman, right? And she is confident. She has a silent kind of confidence to her. Her eyes almost look like they're closed, right? Like she's in this meditative kind of energy. And we see the Nile River behind her, right? So water in tarot represents our emotions. And so she's mastered her emotions, okay? She is in a position of authority also, since she's a queen. People look up to her, right? She's worked hard to get to the place that she's at, okay? So it could be that you're stepping into more leadership roles here, or there's someone else around you that is embodying this energy, that is helping support you and motivating you, and some type of mentor here, okay? But it's really about also feeling support, right? Because since she's the queen, whatever she needs, people will help her. She has the financial resources to do it, but also all of the other things that come with being royalty, right, or being in a position of authority or power. Okay, but whatever this is for you, it's some really nice energy. Also, the Queen of Staves or Queen of Wands is known for her abundance, right? And that, like I said, isn't just money or resources. It could be whatever you're trying to manifest or bring forward into your life, okay? So it looks like there were some really positive aspects here, okay? Now, going forward, when we get into this week that we're in now, since today is the 10th, right? So from this second row here would be technically maybe exact, again, not exact. It would be January 10th through about the 16th or so. Sorry, guys, I have like serious allergies right now. Okay. But yeah, we go from the Queen of Staves, known as Queen of Wands, right side up, to your next card, your fourth card, the Sun card. And here's some of that Leo energy in the right side up position. So this is the brightest card in the tarot deck. It's all about illuminations, revelations, spiritual downloads, aha moments. I finally understand something for some people. If it's not that, it could just be this youthful energy, this childlike energy coming in, this creative energy, this passionate energy, right? And here we see this like Egyptian-like pyramid and the sun kind of coming out of it, okay? But, however you find yourself in that energy, it is still very, very positive here. Now, your next card is also another major arcana. So this could be like more towards the middle of this week coming up, or even this weekend coming up. But it's the Hanged Man or the Hanged One in this deck, okay? And so here you see this baby in the womb, right, in the fetus, whatever, baby in the womb, and so they're upside down, right? So it's about looking at something from a different perspective, about being grounded, grounding yourself, and being open to seeing all the pieces from also almost like a bird, or like if you're in a plane or something, so you can see how all the land connects, how all the pieces connect. And so this is a really nice energy to have, especially following the sun, because it's like not only do you have these revelations, spiritual downloads, aha moments, I finally understand something possibly, and then you can kind of come into the energy of also being able to see something from a larger perspective, a different perspective, and then you're trying to get more grounded with that. So that is really nice as well. Now, when we go forward here to your sixth card is the Eight of Staves in the right side up position, also known as Eight of Wands. You have quite a few wands here. Let me go ahead and count them. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it, 4. So as far as the minor arcana, you also have 3 swords, and then you have 1 pentacle, 2 pentacles, and the rest are major arcanas. So when we talk about, right, the wands, this is representing some type of, can be an underlining theme here for your reading. So the wands, just like the swords, have dual meaning, right? So it can be a weapon, but can also be a tool. So wands can, you know, protect yourself and be a weapon, right? You're going to hit somebody with your long stick, okay? But it can also be made to make a house, right? As an example. So when we think of wands, we talk about defenses, our defense systems. Within ourselves and how we protect ourselves, but also how do we balance that to also make it a tool and build things with other people. Okay, so let the defenses down a little bit. So that could be an underlining theme here in your reading. All right, just wanted to mention that before I forgot. But let's go back to your sixth card here, the Eight of Staves, Eight of Wands, right side up, and just making sure I have a little bit of music. Yes, whatever that is. I was like, what is that? Some kind of music. It sounded like rain for a second. I was like, okay. Hopefully not the sleepy music, because I don't need any help with that. But yeah, it looks like towards the end of this week here, Libra, or even this weekend or beginning of next week, right? You have some type of fast communication coming in, okay? So it could be a big communication, a small communication. It could be a positive communication, it could be a negative communication, all right? But this also talks about your instincts and being maybe cut off, being caught by surprise, not cut off, caught by surprise is what I meant to say. So it could be a communication that you're going to give to someone, or someone's going to give to you, or a communication from the universe, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your higher power, whatever you call it, okay? But it really has to do with instincts, and I kind of think of this card a little bit when we talk about instincts, because these birds were probably just chilling in the tree, right? And then all of a sudden these fast wands come, towards them. So they have to kind of react and respond quickly. So it's about our instincts and intuition as far as whatever this communication, this fast communication coming in, okay? So your reading here is pretty particular as far as, what's on top and the bottom of each of these two different decks. Because I normally confirm with my spirit guides where they want me to talk about these things, okay? And so they wanted them all down here in the bottom to be talked about with your second confirmation card. So I haven't had that happen in quite some time that I can remember. So we'll get into that in just a moment here. So I'll go ahead and call out your confirmation cards in order, and then we'll go in order. Yeah. So you have, and the first two confirmation cards are past energy. That's how I usually read them. And then your last confirmation card, your third one, is more future current energies. Okay. So anyway, going in order here, we have the 10 of Swords in the right side up position. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. And then we have the Fool in the right side up position as your last confirmation card. So when we talk about this 10 of Swords energy here from, the recent past, right? That's what I would call this energy. So again, it could be a couple of days ago, hours, minutes, weeks, months, years, but there was this energy of possibly being too much up in your head about something, having some type of mental confusion, anxiety, worry, overthinking, excuse me, or just being exhausted, like in your head, like thinking way too much, right? And that's kind of the energy we see here with the 10 of Swords in the right side up position. But since 10 is also a completion number in tarot, it could have been that in the recent past here, Libra, you were at the end of, it doesn't sound right in my head. You were at the end of an ending. That doesn't sound right. You were at the end of something and about to start something new, right? So that's kind of how I see 10s as well. But 10s can also be that somebody is about to now level up. So it could be however you come to understand this energy, is that like you needed to let something go to be able to start this new beginning, okay? And try to think of the way to say it. Basically, this card was also a catalyst, right? If you think about it, thinking of all this anxiety, worry, overthinking, exhaustion, mental confusion, being too much up in your head. Um, it was like a catalyst here for you. Okay, so this past energy that nobody wants to be in, right? But it happens to all of us at different times. It was a catalyst because then, all of your cards in the center here in this first 2 weeks of January are really, really positive. Okay, so I kind of look at it as like maybe in the recent past you decided, okay, no more of that, and so you use that to change something and let that go, or change your way of doing something, or who you're dealing with, or multiple people, or whatever it is, right? Whether you're watching for romantic reasons, or health reasons, or work reasons, creative reasons, all the reasons, right? But I really do see it as a catalyst because this Ten of Swords is coming in here and it's confirming your first card, the Wheel of Fortune, right side up, and then your fourth card over here, the Sun in the right side up position. So it's like as soon as you let go of whatever that was, as soon as you are able to now level up, right? Since it's also a 10, it could be once you let go of this past energy, this stressed out energy, then you are able to level up in a work position, in a relationship, in a creative project, whatever it may be. Okay, so then it's more like now luck is on your side, right? There's time, it's the right time now. It's the changing of the seasons. It's for momentum. It's positive energy, right? Both of these cards are both for momentum, positive energy. And then it's also like, okay, now that I've let go of all these things, and now it's more time is on my side, luck is on my side. I also have some maybe revelations, spiritual downloads, aha moments. I finally understand something, or I'm just taking this youthful, creative, positive energy, passionate energy to move forward. Okay. All right. So now your second confirmation card is, because I said you had two Pentacles cards, is the King of Pentacles in the reverse position here. Okay, and this is again kind of recent past energy. Okay, but it's going to connect to all of this way back past energy. So the way back past energy is obviously further back than the recent past. Okay, but we'll talk about each one as it comes up here. So in the recent past here, Libra, you could have been not as grounded as you wanted to be, or the person you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, general environment situation. Maybe they didn't feel enough support around them, or you didn't feel enough support around you, or you weren't feeling as abundant in general, right? Okay. Something was like definitely out of balance here, okay, with the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. It could also be that here in this recent past energy, that you had to get to that point, just like the Ten of Swords, where you were like, enough is enough, or the other person or multiple people, general environment situation. So then you could switch it around and make choices and change your thoughts to be more positive, right? Or to change the way you're doing something here, because I really feel like, and I can't remember now your last reading, but I'll have to go back and check, or hopefully I'll get a chance to. But if you're interested, always check out just the other videos on my channel, and check out the last Libra reading if you're not already following, and see kind of what maybe this is referring to. But sometimes you have to go through those dark times, obviously, to then come into some lighter times. And it seems like when we also talk about these first 2 weeks of January, right? We're now in this new calendar year. And by the way, I think I forgot to say in the beginning of the video, but Happy New Year, right, to everybody. So it could be that whatever this recent past energy was about, that was maybe, going on last year, maybe now you're like this first 2 weeks of January, you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. And so, yeah, that's pretty much how I see that. So now when we talk about your second confirmation card, right, this is where Spirit wanted me to talk about all of your what was on the top and the bottom of each of your deck. Okay, so Trying to think about which one to start with. Well, we'll just go this way. Sometimes I plan it and sometimes I don't. But this is way, way back past energy, right? And so this is what is on the top and the bottom of the ancestral path deck, the one I use in the center here. Okay, so what we have is the Two of Swords in the right side up position and the Five of Staves or Five of Wands in the reverse position here. All right, so this is saying in the way, way back past in relation to the King of Pentacles in reverse, your confirmation card, that possibly somebody was trying to integrate their heart chakra with their intellect, right? They were quite not ready to make a decision yet, but they were working on something, some type of integration here, okay, with the Two of Swords in the right side up position. Now, when we talk about the Five of Staves in reverse, this is more about not embracing your support system, to not letting your support system help you. So maybe you yourself, Libra, or the other personal general environment situation, right, was not wanting to reach out to them or to look vulnerable in some way, or they weren't available like you wanted them to be, or whatever it was in the recent past, I'm sorry, in the way, way back past. This also was kind of a disadvantage to you because your support system, right, your friends, family, mental health care worker, whatever, usually would come in and say, hey, you're taking yourself too seriously or this situation too seriously. They would help you to kind of find more balance. They would also say, enjoy the present moment more, because that's what the Five of Wands talks about. It's about playing, practicing, and planning for the future, but in a more relaxed kind of energy, okay? So because the support system in the way, way back past, maybe because this is lack of support as well with the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like, maybe that was really happening for you here, from a long time ago, whatever that means for you. But, we know in the future that now you do feel more supported with the Six of Staves in the right side up position and the Queen of Staves in the right side up position. But maybe you had to feel like what it felt like when they weren't around as much, or you weren't opening up to be around them as much or have them help you as much, okay? But it also seems like in the way, way back past that you here, Libra, or someone else was trying to open your heart chakra and integrate it along with your intellect, your more logical side about something, okay? Now let's go ahead right now and talk about your other two cards. What's on the top and the bottom of your other deck. This is the Llewellyn deck, the one with the yellow border. But you have the Ace of Pentacles right side up, and you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. And this is, again, way, 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 way back past energy, whatever that means for you, okay? So with the Ace of Pentacles on the right side up position, it's the hand of the divine coming out, giving you gifts, giving you talents, right? It's very for momentum, positive, passionate energy, for momentum. It could also have some kind of reference to something maybe in the summertime, the past summertime, or something that started or was felt, or something about the summertime here, for some, not for everybody, right? With the way that the card is depicted with the fruits and the flowers and everything here in full bloom, right? But even though you had that really positive energy that we were just talking about, it was only, again, able to happen because somebody let some type of burdens go, okay? Because when you see the Seven of Swords in the reverse position, that's how you want to see that card, right? So it's now getting more in the past, way, way back past, you started to maybe even just as far as one step of saying, I need better help. I don't need a plumber to clean my house, whatever. Okay, I'm trying to think of examples. Okay, so you maybe weren't getting the right type of help in the way back past, or it was just you were carrying a lot of burdens, and now in the more future current energies, you decided to lay a lot of that down that was too much for you, right? Because when this card is right side up, you see this old man carrying all these heavy swords, and here's a little kid being like, hey, I can help you. And he's like, no, you can't. You can't lift that sword. You can't help me. So that's why I was saying in the way back past, I can't say that, that there wasn't the right type of help, okay? But you let that burden down, and the other person let that burden down. And so that's also why your reading is so positive. Again, in the center here, all 6 cards are pretty positive, okay? So this is kind of just going over why that may be. Now, going back to your second confirmation card, because these were what was on the top and the bottom of each deck. Now we're going back to this card. We already talked about what it meant, the King of Pentacles in reverse, but now we're finally talking about the 2 cards that it is confirming, okay? It is confirming, right? We already know. The 6 of Staves in the right side up position, your second card in the first week of January. And then your 5th card, the Hanged One or Hanged Man in the right side up position, okay? So it's like, again, you had to experience, or the other person or multiple people, general environment situation, what it felt like to not have that support, what it felt like to maybe have some stagnant energy, some blockages, not feeling all the way abundant, not in just money, but whatever you want to manifest, right? Feeling a lack of passion or creative energy, okay? And so that was, again, some type of catalyst here for you to now have, look at all those people watching, okay? I'm going to count them. I'm going to try to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I'm going to say there's like 30 people, right? It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, look at all the support now is what I'm trying to get at, okay? Look at all that support now, okay? So you didn't have it in the recent past, the way back past as well, but now you've got it, okay? And now you also have that new perspective that maybe you needed to bring in this new abundance, this more forward momentum, positive energy, passion, creation, all those things, okay? Because you can see things from a higher perspective, you're grounding yourself more and taking care of yourself too. Okay. Now, let's get to your third tarot confirmation card, right? I can't talk today, is the Fool in the right side up position. And this third tarot confirmation card is more future energies, okay? So we have the Fool, here he comes, right, riding on his horse. This is a little bit of that Gemini energy I was talking about as well. And so you see this man jumping from one side of the river to the other, and he's got this little dog with him and his little backpack, his ancient backpack, which is just like tie something to a stick. That's the backpack, right? But you know, it's about having loyalty with the dog here. The dog represents the loyalty, right? So it's telling us here that Libra, if there is some type of leap of faith or trust or newfound courage that you need to have, and also, you know, looking at issues of identity for some people, like, am I going to look foolish if I do this to myself or to others? Do I care, right? Am I ready for this change, this leap of faith, this trust, this courage, right? But here with the dog, it's like your people are going to be by your side. Your support system is going to be by your side, right? So it was such a theme here in your reading that you didn't have the support in the past. And then you have 3 cards in the future, the 6 of Staves, the Queen of Staves, and the Fool, all saying you will have it, okay? So that is good, right? Nice to hear. So when this Fool is coming in here and confirming, the Queen of Staves in the right side up position and the 8 of Staves in the right side up position. Yeah, it's saying that you're going to have that support again. You're going to have your emotions with the Nile River in the background more balanced. You're going to have more resources. You might be, again, elevated to a higher position of authority in some way, or next level in a relationship, a work or creative project, whatever it is, okay? But also here, as far as this communication that may be coming in more in the middle of this week or the end of this weekend, beginning of next week even, whatever this communication coming in here, it's saying, you know, that it is safe to make this leap of faith in regard to this communication that's going to either you're going to give or someone's going to give to you, or coming from multiple people, or coming from your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your higher power, the universe, your signs, whatever it may be, that it will be positive and that it is okay to start anew and trust and have that courage and don't care what other people think. All right. So very nice here, Libra. I don't remember exactly where I have Libra in my chart, but we all have Libra somewhere in our birth charts. All right. So right on the bell there, that is what I have for you in regards to your tarot. But really quickly before you go, excuse me, we do have a couple oracle cards here for you as well. So your first one is your love oracle message, whether you're watching for romantic love or platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love, or all of the above, right? It's your love message is let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. All right, so you see this kind of sultan looking guy, and he's looking at this woman and this child, and there's some angels in the background here. You can see it when it focuses. Okay, so this is pretty self-explanatory, maybe for all the different types of love, but right, for romantic love, this is let the situation unfold naturally, let go of some of the reins or control, right? That could have something definitely to do with this Fool energy. So normally if you think of somebody who's in control, they wouldn't be a fool, right? So maybe it's telling you it's okay to be a fool. All right. To, of course, like, don't hurt yourself or others, but you hopefully you know what I mean. All right. And then also it's okay to let go of control or be a fool with friends or family, right? If that is something that you trust that you can do with them and it's a safe environment and all that. And then also the same thing with, let's say, self-love. If you're watching for self-love reasons, if you let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally, maybe not try to censor yourself as much or judge yourself as much, or different parts of yourself. Maybe allow your inner child, that Gemini energy, and the sun energy too, with the Leo energy, right, to come out. Let that youthful energy come out a little bit, and just know that you will have your support team there for you. All right. And what else? Your last oracle card. I was like, what else are we doing here? This is the Kali Ma oracle deck that my dear friend gave me by Elena Fairchild. It's really beautiful, and I think the artist is Jimmy Manton. Yes, I think that is what it is. What the name of the artist is. Anyway, your Kali Ma oracle card, I'll show you in just a moment. But I wanted to explain, if you are new, and I'm not Hindu or Buddhist, so if I do explain this wrong, I hope to not offend anybody and all that good stuff. But basically, the way that I was taught or understood many years ago was that you pray to Kali Ma. Let's say if you're needing justice in your life and you don't want to inflict bad karma on yourself, you would pray to her and say, I put it in Kali Ma's hands to bring me justice in this situation, as an example. But there's a lot of different manifestations and forms of Kali Ma that I'm still learning a lot from this book, okay? So anyway, you can always look more into it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We'll just do a little bit here, but just wanted to kind of make sure I explained it a little bit. Anyway, when I pulled this card for you, I thought it was the same one from the front, but it's not. It's kind of like a similar color scheme, but it's definitely not. One is, has a head and the other one doesn't. It's got a skull in the background, actually. Pretty cool if you see that there. But your Kali Ma oracle card for this time period, Libra, right, is Maha Kali, or Kali. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But it says, her magnificence steadies the anxious mind and reassures the heart of the empowering grace that arises through trust in her. So yeah, remember we were talking about that anxious mind in the recent past with the Ten of Swords? She's going to come in and quiet it, right? And you've already started to let that go. So She's just helping you further let that go. All right. And so it says, let's see, where was I? Attempting to fathom the wisdom behind the workings of the Divine Mother would be like trying to cram the entire ocean into a teacup. Okay. Such wisdom is vast and our perspective is limited. Excuse me. Yet we don't need to understand divine will to benefit from it. Better to allow her creativity, her resourcefulness, and unlimited vision to take effect in our lives, bringing us every grace necessary for our blessed fulfillment. Maha Kali is first of the 10 wisdom goddesses, or Mahavitras, and she is the 10-armed Mahakali. She is laden with her sacred weapons. Many arms and weapons symbolizes the capacity of the Divine Mother to work beyond human limitations. All right, very nice. What else? Kind of quick little notes here. Says Mahakali reminds us it will be at the best time. So it talks about divine timing. It may be after we acknowledge there is a problem we need to resolve and when we've created some mental space. We were talking about that before. So an essential understanding is not lost in psychological clutter. If you ever felt like your best insights come after taking a shower or after you switch off during a yoga class or after you exercise, then you have experienced how much easier it is to access inner guidance when you switch off and empty the mind. Okay, be here now and attend to what you can attend to, leaving all rest until the right moment is upon you. Okay, very cool. And then there's a little prayer here for her real quickly. It says Mahakali Adi Shakti. Hopefully I said that right. Queen of cosmic order, I bow to your wisdom. I humbly acknowledge that the closer I can come to understanding your workings is to show reverence for the mysteries of life. All right. And so I love and accept who I have been, who I am now, and trust in the continued unfolding of my being under your skillful care. I open to the blessings of the needed thing, the needed task, the necessary knowledge, and your sublime, generous grace. I summon the courage within my heart and trust in your love for me, and I proceed for the spiritual benefit of all beings. May all beings know your loving presence and embrace their divine destinies as prescribed by your wisdom-bearing heart. Jama Kali. All right. Very cool. So, yeah, if you want to look more into her, you can definitely do a Google search and look up this oracle card deck too as well, in addition to just doing like a general Google search. But I think it resonated here as far as the other cards we pulled, and tarot cards we pulled for your reading. But hopefully it gave you something a little extra. All right. But yes, thank you, Libra. Thank you guys, as always, for your views, for your likes, for your subscriptions. It does help the channel, and all of those things are free. So if you like this video and you want to subscribe and you haven't yet, all you have to do is click on the bell icon on the bottom right. I think your right is over there. And so you just make sure that it's blue and it's active and it notifies you. So sorry, excuse me. It notifies you when I put out new readings. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, but then I'm behind on my readings, like all kind of late this half of the zodiac anyway. So I'll be coming back shortly with Virgo. And then we'll keep going from Virgo to Aries. Okay, so anyway, you guys take care. If you want to join me in other videos, you're always welcome. But if not, that's okay too. Just take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. All right, bye.